All right, I think I think we're good to go. Happy Monday, happy Matchmaker Monday to all of you. Hopefully the audio's okay. Let me make sure I've got the right mic here. I have the blue snowball. Testing. Hopefully that's still good.
Hey, what's up? It's Josh Hanley with Client Optimist and eXp Realty. If you're watching this live, happy Friday.
Take her easy there, buddy. Okay, so I'm just gonna double check here. Let me know if you can, please give me a thumbs up. Pound the like button if you can hear me okay, and if you can see me as well. I'm just checking here. It does look like it's working. Let me make sure the like button if you can hear me audio okay. Seems good. All right, Sharonda. Good morning, or I guess good afternoon. It could be good morning still wherever you're at. So I would love to hear in the comments, Stuart, hello. I would love to hear in the comments what your last few days have looked like. Did you just chill? Have you been working hard? Have you put anything into escrow? Have you been making offers? And what I want to do today is just share a little bit about what's been going on for me, and also dig into again the concept or the idea of this Matchmaker Monday and how to make that a habit, how to make that part of your weekly routine, and how to get into the mindset, right? How we can create the matchmaking mindset, the Matchmaker Monday mindset. Because I think the more that you can do that, the more you can create transactions out of thin air, the more you can put together, be a transaction engineer, right? That you can you can make transactions happen that weren't potentially there. So I'll give you, well, let's just unpack, and we've got a great crowd already. Robert and Dave and Balwinder, thanks for checking it out. So I'd be curious to know again, let me ask this. Who here, comment below, if you've you've listed a property or you've put a property under contract with a client as a buyer represented in the last 7 days. Let me know in the comments. I'm just curious, and I want to get some positive feedback for everybody. Okay, so let me know. Have you either listed a property or put a transaction into escrow in the last week, let's say, in the last 7 days? Let me know, people. Come on, I know we got some rock stars here. Jesse, hello. Who's put something either listed or put something in escrow? Leslie, come on. You got something? Yes. Okay. Yes. All right. So I've mentioned this before and I'll mention it again. I am in a state. Had some land. So Dave had some land showings, a few vacant homes showed, 2 offers submitted, grooming more buyers and following up with sellers. Jeff Berman, yes. So great to hear. So I'm in PA and we're still in lockdown, stay in place, and real estate is still deemed as non-essential. And despite that fact, since Thursday morning, I have listed 2 properties. A third one being listed Wednesday. I'll put it in the MLS as coming soon today. I have 2 people that we've submitted offers with. By the way, submitted offers sight unseen with clients that I've never actually met in person. One's already accepted. The other one, I'm confident. There's 4 offers, but I think ours is pretty good. And we'll know today. I've got another one, and this is a matchmaker example that I'll walk you through, but I got another one that we may be making an offer for. And I feel like I'm forgetting something. I have another transaction that's not in escrow yet, but I actually listed this couple's property 2 weeks ago now, maybe 2.5, and we have it under contract. We just have to find a property, and we're waiting on a payoff because the numbers are really tight. So we're waiting on a payoff. We also, I had a closing last week remotely on an REO property. I was repping the buyer, not the seller side. It happened remotely. We have 2 happening this week, a land deal closing this week, and a cash deal, cash sight unseen, that was my listing. So I'm sharing all of that to let you know that like all of this is still very possible, right? If you suspend your disbeliefs and you just look at how you can help and serve, good stuff is going to happen. You're going to put transactions together. That I listed a piece of land Friday morning. Okay. This one just fell in my lap. Okay. I listed it Friday morning. The lady called me last weekend. And she said, "You're the 10th person I've called, and you're the first one that answered the phone." And she listed the property with me days later. Okay. Now it's a $60,000 piece of land, but it's 5 minutes from my house, and I've already generated a ton of leads for it, interested parties, and so anyway, and what I'm saying is, I think that happened because of, first because I answered the phone, and second just because I'm grinding, right? I'm putting in the work. So let's talk specifically about market making or matchmaking. I've spent, and keep the comments coming. These are great comments. Jeff, 1 new home, 1 representing the seller who had another agent before me. Let me see here. Loving the show, Robert. Love what you do, buddy. You bring such incredible value out there on the left coast. 1 closed Friday, 1 more closing this week. Dave, that's awesome. Andy, what's happening? Good to have you. Okay, so let's talk about matchmaking. And again, making this your mindset. I spent the last 2.5 hours, maybe 2 hours, leading up to this with my matchmaking activities for the week. Calling, texting, emailing, following up with potential clients, people that were thinking about listing, clients that are looking, and doing everything I can to be a transaction engineer. Okay. And doing everything I can to be a matchmaker. So let me give you an example of this. A very specific tactical example. I've got pre-approved buyers where we've been looking, and there was a couple of places, 2 in fact, where we were close to getting ready to prepare an offer, and the properties went pending. They're in a very competitive price range. And in our market, even with what's going on, the first-time home buyer, good properties are going under contract quickly. It's just the reality. So they were getting a little frustrated. They're handling it well, but getting a little frustrated. And I just helped some clients buy a home. They have a beautiful 2-story, 3-bed, 2-bath home that they needed to downsell. They needed a 1-story property, and we just closed on that. Not last Friday, but the Friday before. So that would be like April 20 something, whatever. They're slowly moving out of that property, and we're going to list it eventually. Well, had a conversation with Tara, these clients that have been looking and getting frustrated. And, the conversation was about this property that I have from the other clients, and how maybe we can match that up and have a situation where they're not having to compete. Okay. Because I don't actually have the active listing, I can go about being this matchmaker here, as long as it's, makes the most sense for both sides. So that's one way that I've been looking at it. Another way is this morning following up with seller leads and just reaching out and finding out, A, by text or email or phone, depending on, I actually was spending some time on the phones this morning, reaching out and just finding out, are you still thinking about selling? And in every case, before I make the call, I'm thinking about, and I'm strategically uh, either looking in my database, looking at my big board here, which I keep a whole bunch of stuff on here. I have my active listings. I have my pre-approved or near pre-approved buyer activity, buyer clients. Then I've got my under contract and then my closed so far this year, which I'm up to 10. And I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 still in escrow. Hopefully 9 or 10 by the end of today or tomorrow. So anyway, so I'm racking my brain so that instead of simply calling to see, if they're still interested in selling, I may have a potential solution for them. It's not just, hey, are you still thinking about selling? It's, I'm asking because I've got clients, they're looking for X. Your property might be a good fit based upon, what I can tell. Is that something that you're still considering? One of the best conversations I have, and this is matchmaking 101 when it comes to this. Just had a great conversation before getting on here for like 15, 20 minutes. They've got a house. It's not their ideal. They are thinking about selling, but they have a very specific school district they want to be in, and they're only going to sell if they can, upgrade, right? If they can get into a better situation than what they feel like they have right now. So there is going to be the opportunity for me to play matchmaker on several levels. Number one, finding matchmaker, the perfect clients to buy their home. And here's who the perfect clients are. Clients that don't need to sell a home first, because we need that flexibility, we don't want to have to stack them up in this case. And then on their buy side, going out and using our dream home buyer marketing online and offline to identify, looking at off-market properties, whether they're temporarily off-market or expired, withdrawn, canceled, and trying to strategically put a deal together, right? Where everybody else is fighting over the active listings in the MLS or the properties on Zillow and Realtor. I'm constantly looking for, how can we make transactions happen where we're not competing against everything else, right? And I've done plenty of deals so far this year that were that scenario. But the more I'm growing these databases and the more I'm adopting and really stepping into this matchmaker concept, it's just a much better situation to be in. I'll give you another example. So the clients that I mentioned, where we listed and have their property, we got their property sold it was under contract in less than 7 days. I want to say maybe 5 days. And we had 2 offers in that time, all virtually, 100% virtually. Then they had to go and find a house. Now they had some flexibility because they have a rental property lined up if they need to, but they would prefer not to have that, right? You don't want to have to move twice. It's a pain in the butt just to move once. We weren't really having any luck with what was on the market, right? What was actively listed. So I went and looked up, I pulled up the expireds, I pulled up canceled withdrawals, and I pulled up temporarily off market. And I sent them those listings. And I said, listen, I can't guarantee anything on any of these, but let me know if any of are interest to you. And I'll see what I can do. Well, one of the ones that was temporarily off market came back and they were interested. I called the agent and I said, hey, do your sellers still want to sell? Absolutely, they do. And so we're close to having that one nailed down. That's the one that we're just waiting on a payoff because the numbers are tight. The spread is really tight. But that happened, or potentially happened, because I did a little legwork, right? I didn't just rely on what was actively available or actively listed. And here's the thing, when you can call or text or email an expired listing and not not use the typical real estate blah blah blah, but you say, hey, are you still interested in selling it all? And the reason I ask is I've got a client that expressed interest in your property, because I do some things a little bit differently than most real estate agents. Now, I can't guarantee that they're going to make an offer on your property, but they're at least interested. And so I thought I'd reach out and find out if you still have any thoughts of selling, right? That's a different conversation than the typical expired or even FSBO script, right? But especially on the expired side. Anyway, I didn't have anything tactical that I wanted to show you today because I really wanted, I really want to just really, I'm using really a lot. Focus on this mindset, having the mindset of being a matchmaker, of being a market maker, of creating, oh, Dave said I'm gone. Hopefully that came back. Of creating transactions out of thin air, of engineering transactions strategically. That's really, oh, that's a great one. So I wasn't going to show this, but I will show this. Lisa, this is great. Thank you for, so I'm going to show you one tactical thing and then we're going to wrap up. Now, this may not apply to everyone, unfortunately, but I want to show it to those that it does, who it does. And this is actually, so on Saturday, I was having internet difficulties and was just swamped on Friday. So we didn't do Free Leads Friday on Friday. Saturday morning, I went live for a couple of minutes. I showed you two resources that are great. One is True People Search, which I used like 10 times this morning already, which is a free, you can search and find information. Just go and find the Saturday live. But the other one I mentioned is Remind. And Lisa, now Remind isn't available to all of you, but for those of you who do have it, this is pretty cool. And maybe if you don't have it, there's probably something similar that you could potentially subscribe to or get information on. So let's do this. I'm going to, I need to clear my filters. I'm going to search Camp Hill. I want to search Camp Hill. Can I do high school? All right, then I'll just do, I was trying to pull up a specific school district, which in Remind can get a little bit wonky. You got to get, sometimes you have to get creative. Sometimes it's got, oh, there we go. No, why? It does have schools, see all results, maybe. So the woman that I had the lengthy conversation with, here we go, that I had the lengthy conversation with, they're looking only in Camp Hill School District. And so what we can do here, so we pulled up Camp Hill School District. And, oh, no, we didn't. That did not work. Let me see here. Was it Camp Hill area? Well, for some reason, it doesn't want to pull that up, but we'll just pull up Camp Hill for now. So we're going to pull up Camp Hill. And what Lisa is saying is one of the cool things about Remind here is we can pull up properties that have a medium or high sell score. Now, I don't know what data or how they pull this together, this information together. But it's pretty cool. And by the way, Leslie says, are you a premium member for Remine or are you using the free service? So this comes with our MLS. I'm in Bright MLS and it's included. I don't know why or how or whatever. But I would check it out. And I would say, in my experience, I mean, I don't know what the premium version costs, but I use it a lot, and I probably am not even scratching the surface on what I could use it for. But I can choose. Let's just choose high sell score. See what returns. So 152 results for high sell score. Now, let's say I want to make sure that I'm using criteria that matches what this potential client is thinking about. So I'm going to click on advanced search, and I'm going to say a minimum of 3 beds, a minimum of 2 baths, and the property value 0 to 250, because she had indicated, and they want a single family for sure. I need to hit. I'm forgetting to hit apply here. Apply. Now we got 31. 31. Okay. Now, what I could do, I can do several things with this list. I could send them a postcard. I could send them a letter. I could call them. I could text them. I could potentially send them an email, because I've got data here that I can use. Because let's see here. If I go to, if I click out of advanced search, we can look at the list of these properties. Can look at the list of these properties, and then I can actually export this data, and it does come with phone numbers, emails, etc. Are they always accurate? No. Do they have them for all of them? No. But when it's not, I hop on over to True People Search, and I can look them up. And so I might call them and say, yes, hi, I'm trying to reach. Let me see. I'm just going to click on this one. Let's say I call and I say, yeah, I was trying to reach Mark or Carol. And by the way, you can export this data, but if you click on associated people, it brings it up here. So I've got a phone number. Now it says on the DNC list, but I could also go over here. Watch this. Mark Henry, Camp Hill. Oh, there's 2 of them. Let's see what we come up with here. That's not the right one. This one is. So I can pick this wireless phone. I could pick them up and call, and just say, I was trying to reach Mark Henry. Is this him? Yeah. So what's this about? Well, I was calling about the property at 407 Apple Tree, and the reason I was calling is I have some clients that are looking to buy, and your home seems to fit the criteria that they're looking for. Have you guys had any thoughts at all about selling that property? And just see what they say. And if they say no, not at all, here's how you exit that call. Okay, great, totally understand. By the way, one of the things we do is every week we send a market update email, and I'd be happy to add you to that email list. That way you can kind of stay informed about what's going on in the real estate market right now. Is that something that you might that you'd be interested in? Oh, okay, great. What's a good email for you? And now you've added someone to your database, right? So that's how you can be proactive, or an example of how you can be proactive in this matchmaking activity. And of course, you could just send a text. If I sent a text, what I would say is, in fact, I mean, what the hey? I'm going to do it. I'll do it right here. Here's what I would do. Hi, is this Mark Henry? And then if he responds, I would have that same conversation. Okay, cool. My name is Josh with eXp Realty. The reason I was reaching out is I have clients that may potentially be interested in the property at 407 Apple Tree. Have you guys had any thoughts about selling that property? And just see what they say, right? Now, of these 31, I don't know how many might actually be interested in selling, but I got to believe at least a couple of them might be. And if you can catch them before, well, this one's even active. I'm not sure why it's showing active properties, but whatever. If you can catch them before, before they actually hit that tipping point, oh, you can put the preferred school in under the advanced tab, Lisa is saying. So, if you don't have Remine, I'm certain there are other data sources and data providers, but certainly you can do some of this. You can do in your MLS. Some of this you could do even on Zillow, potentially. So, for example, this is cool. I'm not sure why I just did that. Oh, weird. You could go to Zillow. Go to Zillow. And I'm going to put in the zip code. So this any of you can do, okay? This much I'm certain. Instead of for sale, you can deselect everything but pre-foreclosures, for example. And I can look up 416 Allendale Way. Now, I don't know why this is showing as associated. Oh, previous address. See what happens. I haven't done this in a while. Maybe this wasn't a great example. How did we do the search? Well, you know what? Here, well, yeah, I'm trying to show it in a way that, well, you could look it up in your MLS then, that you could pop it in there and see what information pops up. Maybe you'll get some clues that you can use with True People search. Nope, it's not found in there. Well, let's try 750 Vista Drive. Okay, I've got a wireless number, a couple of landlines, and some possible email addresses. I could pop. So there's a lot of things you could do here. You can call her, text, but I would not mention, obviously, in this example, I would not mention, hey, are you behind on your mortgage? No, I would say, and I can only do this because I'm thinking like a matchmaker, and because I'm working with clients, I could say, have you had any thoughts about selling the property? So I could say, hey, hi, is this so-and-so? I can't remember who so-and-so is. Hi, is this Nicole Copeland? Okay, thanks. I'm just reaching out because, you know, I have some clients that might be interested in your property at 750 Vista Drive. Have you had any thoughts about selling that? Right? And who knows? Who knows? Okay. And I mean, there's a whole bunch here. Anyway, any questions, thoughts, or ideas about this? See where we go with, because of awesome people like Lisa and Leslie and I mean, well, you're all awesome, but because of the great interaction, we ended up. I even got more out of this, and hopefully everyone got more out of it. Some actual, you know, tactics that you can implement in this pursuit of Matchmaking Monday. Any other questions, thoughts, comments, or ideas? So to clarify, I want to say this again. When you've got a pre-approved, ready, willing, and able buyer, you should be looking at every way possible to put that matchmaker mentality, that matchmaker hat on, and go out and not only transaction engineer to get them the result that they're looking for, which is a great property, but also create more opportunities for yourself. And whether that, you know, what that looks like exactly can take different forms and shapes. That could be phone calls, text messages, emails, direct mail, online. There are lots of different things that you can and should be doing in pursuit of that, besides simply putting it in or looking in the MLS. Same thing on the seller side, right? What can you do proactively to not only get the best result for the client, but also create a massive amount of other opportunities for you where there's low competition or no competition? Okay, that's what I'm trying to beat the drum on here. Okay, beat the drum on. All right, so that is it for today. I'm going to try and get a special guest on tomorrow, one that I've been teasing for Take Action Tuesday. And I'm not going to make any promises yet because I don't know what his schedule is. But I definitely want to get him on if I can. If not tomorrow, it'll be sometime this week, and it's the Instagram expert that we have, and we're lucky to have into our group. Which, by the way, I just want to read. I want to pull him up because he's also using our selective sequencing system, and you'll be able to hear his results direct from him. He says, we may move more budget this way. These are good buyers. I forgot to change the Calendly link. Where else did he say? Hold on. Okay, sounds good. And I thought there was another one. Later tonight. Oh, 2 of the leads this week came in prior. No. Oh, I'm putting my foot in my mouth. Turning out to be one heck of an investment. That was from their trial. Doggone it. I really thought there was something in here where he had said a specific number he wanted to up the budget to $1,000 per month. That was one thing he said. Well, anyway, he'll be able to share his story at some point this week. And he can tell you his numbers specifically on the selective sequencing system, which, if you would like more information about, please reach out and let me know. And let's have that matchmaker mentality this week. Let's go out and transaction engineer. And if you need anything, of course, you know how to reach me. I appreciate all the feedback and the kind words and the questions and the pointing me in the right direction. So let's make it an awesome week, and we'll be back tomorrow with hopefully a special guest for Take Action Tuesday.